people come from all walks of life. They all have lives they lead. Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hi everyone, welcome to Small Talk. About 7 years ago, I wrote a song called Getting Old Is Not for Pussies, and I decided it would be fun to have it recorded. So I talked to my daughter, Jamie, who was just learning to play the drums at the time, if she would do this with me. So we did, and we did that at Tractor Grease recording studio. That's where I met today's guest. He is not only the owner, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, and he's also a returning guest. Welcome back to the show, Jeff.
I'm a returning guest.
Yes.
Yeah, there mustn't be a long list of that, is there?
No, there's only been a few returning guests so far. Okay. All right. So I forgot to tell people your last name is Jeff Bonner, everybody. Sorry about that.
You got it. That's all right.
So now you had your studio in town, and at some point you decide to move outside of town on Chilliwack Lake Road, right? Or River Road.
You bet. Yeah. It's been like 8 years now. Oh, 8 years in May.
Yeah. And everything was going so well. You also had the cafe, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So it was such a beautiful, really nice
live music venue, you know.
Yeah, a really nice venue. I know you have a jam sessions on or open mic night on Fridays, I believe, right?
You bet. Our Friday nights we're always rocking. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're beautiful outdoor location for the summertime when the weather's nice. Everything was going so well. You put in these cabins for where musicians who came from out of town could stay. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, and patrons, you know, people that come out of town to see our shows would have a safe place to stay overnight and know they could have fun that night and not worry about the drive home. So that was kind of the idea of it. Was tons of our patrons are from out of town. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So then along comes COVID.
Bam.
So like, what's happening for you right now?
Well, I mean, you're probably looking at the two businesses that got hit the worst are the two businesses that I do, which is entertainment and live production and sound, and then also a restaurant, you know, and we aren't, you know, when I say a restaurant, we are a restaurant, but the main focus is that it's a live music venue. So, you know, with all the shutdowns and lockdowns and prevention of doing any live entertainment, you know, it's not only the venues and whatnot that are hurting, but it's all the musicians and performers are left, you know, without an occupation, and all the support crew, all the sound crew and everybody that supported the live performance and entertainment industry. It's quite the hit, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I think like the entertainment industry is probably one of the hardest hit, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because where do you go? Where do you go other than online?
And I think as we're cooped up longer and how I'm sure people are feeling at home, they're starting to feel like maybe entertainment is fairly essential, eh? Yes. I would think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know I'm feeling it. I've gone, and I was just explaining this recently that I've been hosting jams and whatnot now for almost 8 years, about 8 years straight. So every weekend, knowing that you're performing, and that's not to mention any of the other gigs that you get or whatever. So, and then all of a sudden that's just cut off. It really feels kind of odd, you know, what to do with your time and just the outlet. You know, not only was it was that entertainment outlet taken away from me, but I also like to play hockey and can't play hockey either. You know, so it's it's a strange time to navigate, and it's not easy on the pocketbook as a small business owner. That's for sure.
It's like when, you know, I was part of an improv team and we had to give up that too. You know, there's some things you cannot do online. And get the same effect because it's working with the audience, right? It's the feedback or the energy, whether you're,
you know, and what people don't get is there is an energy in the room. There's an energy you feel from your fellow performers. There's an energy you feel from the crowd participating in what you're doing that just can't be replaced. You know, we're doing our best here with the Zoom meetings and stuff, but really in-person conversation is always going to be better, and in-person performance is always going to be better. And that's what Tractor Grease's focus was. It was to provide a venue where it was intimate and close to the performers, and it felt like, you know, you were in just a big living room concert. You know, that was kind of what we were going for, and that was what we did.
I think you were also unique to Chilliwack in that you could, like with your cafe, you could have a meal as you're being entertained.
Exactly. And that was sort of the idea. It was dinner and music, you know. The idea of it was to have dinner, watch the music, get out at a decent time, and you know, often our shows would just end at 9:30, 10. But you know, we're hoping to get back at it as long as the rules loosen up a little bit here as we get into spring. You know, that's the plan.
Yeah, because in the meantime, you still have to, I don't know if you own or you rent, whatever, you still have to pay.
The payments are still mounting.
Yes.
And you know, that's something I'd like to point out just in defense of small business owners is it sort of is it's a little tough to hear everyone saying constantly, oh, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. As a small business owner, I can tell you it doesn't feel that way.
No.
Because all the billing companies are still telling me to pay the full amount on time and everything. So it doesn't feel like we're really in it together. So if you're at home, getting to work at home, making your regular wage, saying we're in it together, think about all the small businesses that are out there that put their life and everything they had into these small businesses to be completely shut out of any income and still have all the billing companies,
right,
even the provincial government, you know, looking for all their payments on time. It sure doesn't feel like we're all in it together. And, you know, hopefully that changes and we start to see that we're really hurting a segment. You know, I'm a small business bricks and mortar store, but there's also tons of gigging professionals, both in improv and comedy, in music, in playwrights, and all the supporting staff that are completely decimated. Yeah. And, you know, if we are truly in this together, let's show everybody that we are.
Exactly.
Talk about it. Let's show that we're in it together. You know,
like I kind of don't, I never understand how a big outlet store can be open. How is that safe to go in there when when a little business like yours, where you could have just maybe a minimum, you know, number of people there, how is that less safe? Like, I don't quite get it, you know?
Yeah, you know, there's lots of confusion, and obviously it's a confusing time right now. How do you deal with what's going on? But, we're definitely seeing the small, unrepresented part of society being left behind. Obviously, these large corporations have the legal team and accounting team and everything to deal with this, and they can put the resources behind and keep it open. But if you're a family-owned business, you don't have those resources, and all of a sudden you're just cut right off. You know, it's so it's a hard pill to swallow, watching 300 to 400 people in a department store or you know, a grocery store, and I can't have even like 30 people in my restaurant.
Yeah.
You know,
so you fall through the cracks, right?
You do fall through the cracks, and you know, I really hope everybody hangs on that's out there. My brothers in arms, so to speak, in small business that, you know, I mean, we're all entrepreneurs for a reason. So, you know, I'm turning to other things to try to make income, and just also hoping that I can bring back my passion, because I do this because it's my passion.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, well, what are you doing to try to keep yourself above water, sort of speak?
Well, one of the things I've done in look, we're doing this interview online. So I've invested and gotten back a lot more into my videography skills. And so I've gotten a live streaming video switcher with multiple cameras. And so kind of focusing on getting more into some of the live streaming and offering those services. Also getting caught up on lots, because when you're in a business like what I was in, it's sort of a hamster wheel. It's hard to really peek out and go, what's going on around me? And so it's been a really good opportunity, you know, to catch my breath and catch up on things. You know, we got to look at the positives too. And that's what I'm trying to look at too in this situation is, okay, now I can take a breath, I can regroup and see exactly how to tackle the upcoming spring and summer, and offer something again that people talk about every year. We try to reinvent ourselves a little bit here, either building a new stage or something, and
Yes.
so we'll have something coming up.
I'm really hoping it'll happen soon for you, because it really is a wonderful venue. It's a very welcoming atmosphere.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
If I drove anymore, I don't drive anymore, but if I was still a driver, I would have gone there more often. They get to see people like Heart Dog Brown perform there, and
for sure.
To me, well, I'm just trying to name drop because he's happened to one of the names I know. Like, that's awesome to be able to bring people, not only locals, right?
We're a real destination. So a lot of the acts that we get here are touring musicians that are touring across Canada. And, we've become a real stop, especially because Chilliwack, it was often, they would drive right from Calgary, maybe right to Vancouver with very few stops in between. Nelson has some spots and there's a few in between, but I wanted to really fill that gap. And that's something that Tractor Grease has been able to do. So, that's what's so hard too, is just our trajectory was ramping up constantly, and getting responses from better quality performers, and doing more shows, and just amping everything up. And then it just sort of, the foundation just fell. For sure. Okay, so if with your new ventures now, your live streaming and whatever, if somebody wants to get a hold of you or see that, how would they contact you for that? Just tractorgrease@gmail.com is the best thing, or you can visit our website at tractorgrease.ca. And we're going to be doing some artist retreats where you can stay in the cabins and do some artist retreats. There's lots of things on the menu to try to adapt to the new times, because we don't even know when things are going to truly loosen up. So you got to kind of put a lot of options out there, and kind of roll with the punches, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think we're out of time, Jeff. So I wish you, it goes fast. I wish you all the best. I really, really hope it goes well. And if any point you want to, if there's something you want to talk about and you want to be back on the show, I'd be more than happy to have you on. It's always good to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you. Recurrent guest. You.
Right on. Okay, and I'm just going to say goodbye to the viewers. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. And I hope you've got a little bit of information here from Jeff Bonner. Once he gets back on, you have to go to Tractor Grease Cafe, because it really is an awesome place to be. And I hope you watch my show. Continue watching it. Until then, peace out, everyone. Bye.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.